Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to start talking about our new view board that we have here today. If you're sitting here, you had a view board installed in your classroom, and we're going to start by just going over some basics. Then I'm going to let you go back and do a few things before we move on. So we have a view board here, but we also have something else down here. That is your computer. These two things function independently. They are not the same thing. So if you turn your view board on, it is not the same thing as turning on your computer. Your computer is a second piece of hardware, of technology that's down here. So you also have to make sure you turn on your computer as well as turning on your view board. Now the view board looks like it might be just a big monitor, and in some ways we're going to be using it as a monitor, but it is more than just a monitor. And there is software that is installed that will hopefully make teaching and learning better in your classrooms. So let's go over a few of the basics and talk first just about the board itself. So while right now this is connected to a computer, it can also function independently. It can also function on its own. So down here, I'm pressing the gear button. When I press the gear button, this gives me some options. And as you can see, right now we are connected to HDMI. HDMI is a cord that runs from your view board down to your computer, plugs in, and that's what gives the signal from the computer to the view board of what I have on my screen. If I want to use this as just a view board, it can also function independently. So here are some things that we can learn about the view board, and one thing I want to teach you guys today is how to make sure that you understand how to turn on and turn off your view board, but there's also some nice things here in the preferences. And if you can't keep up with writing down the directions, I will be sending this out and sending out a link and directions on how to do this after the training's over. So we go down to the settings. Here we have the settings, and we want to find the preferences. There's a lot of things here. Today, we are just going to be focusing on startup and shutdown. So this gives me all kinds of information. One thing that you might want to be aware of is if your board is turning off, or what you think is turning off in the middle of the day, it might be because the Energy Star mode is on. If you leave your board and there's no interaction for an hour, it will go into what's called sleep mode. You might want to turn that off if you're one of those people that has to have a study hall in a different room, or you have to go and do lunch duty, or you're out of your room for a significant amount of time. That might be something you want to consider. The other piece that I want to talk about today is the schedule portion of the board. Now, this is valuable for those of you that either forget to turn your view board off, or for those of you that have to leave during the day. Maybe you're going to another building to teach. Maybe you're one of those coaches that has to leave during the day, and you have to leave your computer and your view board on for the sub. So down here, I have a schedule set to turn on and to turn off. Now remember, this is only this part. It is not turning it on and off my computer portion, it's turning my view board on and off. So down here you can add a schedule. This portion here, you can set what time. So I set mine to come on at 7:15 in the morning. I set mine to go off at 5 in the afternoon. I can also set if I want it to be work days, if I want a custom schedule, or if I want it to be every day of the week. We probably don't want every day of the week. You can save it. You can set more than one schedule if you'd like. So you click save, and when you come in the morning, it will be on, and it will stay on for about 10 minutes. And then if you're not there that day, it will automatically shut off. All right. what I want you guys to do right now is I want you to go back to your classrooms. I want you to play around with a few things. I want you to learn how to turn things on and off. And I want you to set yourself a schedule so your view board turns on in the morning and turns off in the morning. And we will meet back here in approximately 1 hour. All right? Okay. You may go.